So, today I'll be discussing a few tips on improving your listening skills. So, whenever we are just nodding our heads or daydreaming, we usually hear people asking if we are really listening to them. Hearing and listening are two very different things. Hearing is just taking some information and then not realizing it what that is. But listening is actually realizing what the information you're getting and processing it. Whereas listening can be very important sometimes. It can be more important than talking. Even as a student, we are spending most of the time listening. Still, we may find it difficult to communicate those thoughts in other areas. This is because we do not listen properly. So, a few tips on developing listening skills in students are: use audiobooks to applications that can help in improving listening skills. Teachers can read a topic loud and then have the class discuss and reflect on the content. Give children assignments and group presentations. Try to ask open ended questions. When you have a discussion or an open ended question, there is always scope for discussion so that whatever you have heard, you can actually discuss it and realize it. Assign students tasks and activities to encourage critical thinking. Offer students reflecting learning opportunities. Try to reinforce active listening in students. So, the types of listening skills are: firstly, it is discriminative listening. This is the type of listening developed in the initial stages. It's like when you hear something and you filter it. Like in early childhood, a distinction can be made between different sounds that can get improved as the child grows up. So, as we move from childhood towards adulthood, this distinction increases with the capacity to distinguish between different sounds. Comprehensive listening. It is a broad term and it basically includes understanding the messages being communicated. It has a few subcategories. For a person to develop comprehensive listening, the listener first has to have an appropriate vocabulary and other language skills to actually understand the language. Comprehensive listening is also complemented by sub-messages and non-verbal communication like the tone of the voice, the body language, the gestures. These are also ways of communicating your idea to the other person. 10 steps in effective listening. Always, when you want the other person to listen to you, there are a few steps by which you can attract your listener. You should always face the speaker and maintain an eye contact. Always pay attention and don't be relaxed. Don't wander your mind away. Have an open mind and listen without judgment. Never interrupt the speaker or impose your thinking. And always listen very carefully to the words being spoken. When the speaker takes a pause, only then ask a question. Never ask things that are unnecessary to the topic. Try to give simple and regular feedback. Always feel free in communicating. And you can always ask questions and focus on non-verbal cues like facial expressions and gestures. How to self-train active listening skills. It is very important to pay attention to the ability to listen. And mostly we ignore few virtual ways. So here are a few tips. Always be in the moment. Don't get distracted easily. So when someone is talking to you, it is important that you are present in the moment completely. Don't look into your phone or look away from the person. Pick up key points. By picking up these key points, you can focus more on the person and also carry the communication forward by asking questions and discussing the topic. How to improve concentration while listening. It is very important to actually concentrate and keep your mind together. So while listening, all you have to do is focus, and to do that, one must make sure that they take interest in the subject. Listen with all your senses, with your ears, eyes all open. Focus on the tone, volume, and speed. It is very important to recognize the state of mind of the speaker. The best way to improve oral and listening skills in English? So here are a few tips. Start thinking in English. When you talk to yourself in English or you start thinking in English, you will understand the language better. So these are a few small steps you can take. Use a mirror. Always talk to yourself in front of the mirror for 5 minutes straight on a topic. So this will help you improve yourself. Focus on fluency. Try to read more and always try to communicate with your parents or your friends in that language that you're wanting to learn. Always talk in English. And this way you can improve your fluency. Listen and repeat. You can watch some YouTube videos in English. You can listen to English songs, watch television shows, and try to match your tone, your accent, and the speed. Try to sound like the native speakers of the show. How to improve listening skills? When it comes to improving listening skills, it is suggested to use both audio and text transcript. The main reason is to check the comprehension when you're listening. So, just listening is important as much as comprehending whatever that you're understanding. Watch a movie or a TV show with subtitles. This way, you will know what to expect. Listen to a podcast that you have a transcript for, a book that you have in print and audio format as well, dialogues and their transcripts, a video on some news channel or news site. Active listening examples are, it is usually easier to learn through examples. So, here are a few examples demonstrating concerns. I am eager to help you out. Verbal affirmations like thank you, I appreciate your concern. And a few more examples. Why is active listening important? It is important to build strong relations with the other person. It is a dynamic process. So, effective communication is a key to any formal meeting, or if you want to build a relation, if you want to take a business forward, or even if you want to make the other person understand your idea. When one becomes an active listener, it is going to have many advantages. It is going to improve your focus and understanding. It is going to develop a curious mind and a desire for continuous growth. Few listening exercises are reflecting listening. You're supposed to understand what has been said by repeating the keywords again. Emotional intelligence, thinking about an emotion behind the words. Social intelligence, it is a broad category of interpretation that includes understanding motivation, social interactions, and humor, and also visualizing and patience. So one must always allow the speaker to have some length with patience. Do not be very anxious. Active listening techniques. Focus when the other person is talking and keep asking questions like we discussed below. Don't assume certain things or don't judge the other person when they are speaking. Always repeat what they are saying and discuss. Understand the other person's perspective. Keep yourself in their shoes and try to understand why is that person taking that opinion. Importance of listening skills. It helps to become a better student. So always when you communicate in class with your teachers or your peers, it is very important to be an active listener and to communicate better. People's perception changes about you. People take you importantly and they take interest in you. They also think that you're a knowledgeable person and a more thoughtful one. It helps your public speaking skills. No doubt it will help you participate in more debates and quizzes. It will make your mind more thoughtful and inquisitive. You can inculcate in your speeches some really nice words so that you know how to pronounce them. This is going to improve your public speeches and presentations. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that active listening takes a whole lot of time and practice and patience. However, this time, when you get used to active listening, everything starts to seem easier. So, these were a few tips to improving your listening skills. And if you follow them strategically and very wisely, I'm sure you will be one. Thank you for watching.